Well, good morning, everyone. Today, I'm going to do something a little bit different, and I'm going to do some share trading right at the market open. It is 7:27 a.m., and I'm going to just show you what I do. I get up every day before 7:30, obviously, and then I try and hit the market for about an hour before I start my day. Obviously, during this coronavirus thing, I've had meetings here and there, but overall, the first half hour to an hour. Some people say the first 2 hours, but I've kind of seen it, level off. The first half hour to an hour of the trading day, it's 7:30 a.m. in Colorado. It's 9:30 a.m. in New York when the market opens. Um, so I'm gonna basically see if we can make some money. I've had pretty good success up until this point, and I'll show you how I do it. Now, again, I'm not saying you should do this. I'm not saying that this will work for you. It may not. And obviously, I don't know how the day's going to go, so I could lose money today. Who knows? But let's see how we go. And I'm probably going to do this for maybe 10 or 15 minutes. Normally, I would do it for, like I said, about an hour. But it's going to be a pretty boring video watching me flick through my phone. And I'm going to use the Robinhood app. But the reality is Robinhood is really, really good. It's very easy to use. It's a very, very cleverly designed app. The truth is you will not get the absolute best prices. You'll get better prices with Fidelity, but the Fidelity app is not very good at all. So, it's okay, but it doesn't do a great job in the same way the Robinhood does. So I'm going to show you on the Robinhood app what I do and how I use it, and we'll see how we go. And so hopefully this will just give you some more insight into how the market works and how the prices move. Yesterday was a really active day. I think yesterday was, I can't remember the exact number. I think I made $968 yesterday. So it was a good day, but most days you're not going to make that much. Obviously, it depends how much you put down, but you want to be reasonable. So my goal is, if I can make $200-300 a day, in an hour, that's pretty good. And then I can just get on with my day, and that pays for my expenses and whatever else I have that day. And so let's get started, and we'll see how this goes. I'm going to flip the camera around, and then I'll put my phone in front of it. And obviously, it's not the best, but we'll give it a shot, and we'll see how we go. So this is. Let's see how easy this might be to see. So this is the Robinhood app. And again, hopefully you can see that okay. I might turn the brightness down just a little bit, and that may help. Or it may not. Let's try again. Okay, so basically these are the stocks at the start of the day. I've already got some stocks that I own. Obviously, some of them have done well, some of them have not. The ones that haven't, those are the ones that I'm going to be watching. So I'm kind of just going to talk through it. So it's 7:30, it's just open. So this is the market open. These are some airline stocks that I've been buying, and you can see how they're going. You want to give it the first kind of 30 seconds and see. And what I'm looking for is kind of price increases. You'll see here, this is volume. So this is basically saying how many people are buying, and they're all net buyers. So I think Delta is going to do pretty well today. I don't know how it's going to do right at the start. They tend to move around during the day, but you can see all of these here are the percentages from today. Now, Save is Spirit Airlines. It got smashed yesterday. It was down 15-16% at one point. And that's because they had some issues in the reporting of earnings. American Airlines 982 at the moment. Now you notice that they move around a lot. So what I'm looking for is, which ones are the ones that are going to take off today versus which ones do I think are going to struggle. And so I think Delta, it started at 3.5 and then it sort of went backwards a little bit. So 235, so it's coming down. So I might buy some Delta now, and I'm just going to buy $5,000 of Delta, and I'm going to watch it. And you can see here, price is 22.18, and all I have to do is flick up in order to buy. So it's 22.13. So some people are maybe a bit worried at the moment, so they're selling out. I think let's do that. So we bought $5,000 of Delta stock, and we just did what's called a market order, which is the best price I can get, so 22.21. And what I can do is I can turn around and sell it right away and just see what happens. So right now, I was down. I bought for 5,000. Right now, the market's sitting there. Now it's moving around. It kind of goes weird when it trips over the $4,000 to $5,000 mark, but we'll just watch it for a moment. So right now, I've made 16 cents. So I'm just sitting here watching it. And it's not the most efficient way. Now we're up $10. And we'll just watch it. Now we're up $29. And so it depends how long you want to wait. It could go down, it could go up. I'm not greedy. 36. All right, let's get it done. So I'm happy with that. I'm not going to be greedy. We'll see how much it sells for because it moves. Okay, 37. So hopefully you can see that number there. $5,037.89 is what we made on that one. And look, I mean, it could keep going up or whatever. Again, it's up to you. You have to play the game the way you want to play it. So Spirit Airlines is down. I think it's going to go up a little bit. Let's do $3,000 of Spirit Airlines. Let's see if it'll drop a bit. It shows you here the price. If you press here, it'll tell you how much people are bidding for it, what they're willing to pay. So again, 1022, it's kind of coming down. I think, anywhere sort of under 1020, I think we'll make some money. 1023 at the moment, 1022. And so you can just watch it. You can wait. And sometimes you do it, sometimes you don't. Let's see. So it's kind of hovering around that point now. Let's just buy it and we'll see what happens with it later, even if we don't make money right away. I think throughout the day, we'll get some opportunities to sell. So I bought it at 1023. It'll maybe drop a little bit. We'll see how we go. So United is up. Boeing, the American Express, Visa. How's Visa doing today? They've had a good run lately, so I don't really want to be buying that right now. Let's see what GE is doing. I've had pretty good success with GE. GE's been hit pretty bad lately. And again, these aren't obviously all the stocks. These are just some stocks. But you can see the market in general is pretty high up right now. Netflix is down. Let's buy some Netflix and see what happens. I think we can make a little bit, not too much on Netflix. They're pretty expensive stock. So it's $434.50 at the moment, 46. Let's just buy some and see what happens. Buy $5,000 on Netflix. And look, I like to buy in $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, pieces. I don't want to buy too much of it, just because, then it becomes hard to sell quickly. If you have if you got 50, 60, $100,000 worth of stocks, and I won't get into why, but it can be difficult to dispose of. So you want to buy smaller chunks and just play. Again, everyone's different. All right, so we're up $7 now. Let's see how we go. And there is a difference between the price when you swipe and when it sells. Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down. So I like to see it go up twice before I swipe up. And so we'll just see what Netflix does. So it's gone up twice. We'll let it go one more time. Hopefully it goes up and we'll get out. So I don't particularly want to own Netflix long term. Not that it's a bad stock. I just think it's valued quite highly because of coronavirus. So notice it went up and then it came back down. We'll see where it goes. See back down to 4. So it's kind of wiped out the gains, but it hasn't. I mean, we're just waiting. And look, sometimes I buy and it goes down right away, and I've got to wait all day. Sometimes not till the next day. I mean, this happened yesterday, the day before with American Airlines. I bought some stocks before the end of the day, and it didn't come back up. But then the next day, I made $329. So it's fine to hold, as long as you're buying at a good price. All right, when it goes up one more time, now we're going to get out. Oh, it went down. Okay, well, we'll give it a minute. So hopefully you can see, this for some of you may be really boring and not something that you want to do. For me, I enjoy it. It's just the kind of the thrill of the chase and seeing if I can make some quick cash. And again, look, this is not an investment strategy. This is just a bit of fun. It's a good way to make a little bit of cash. And again, don't be greedy, right? Like, I'm not talking about trying to make $20,000 in a day. I mean, there's days when you'll have like a really good run and it'll be great. And then there's days when you won't, but this is, this is just a little bit of fun, and we can see how it goes. So, I want it to go up twice in a row, and then I'm going to get out. So we can come back to this one if it's not hitting 12. Come on, go up one more time, and then we'll. And the reason why I want it to go up twice. Keeps going up once, down once. Why I want it to go up twice is because I want it to climb so that when I flick my finger and then it sells, it's not going to go back down to the low level. Because sometimes you can lose money that way. Again, not much, but the price can drop. So you want it to have 2 price increases so that when it comes back down, you're going to hit at least one of those levels. That was it. Let's see how we did. So again, we made $11.26. So not a lot of money, but again, it's $11 for a minute and a half. So what did we buy? We bought Spirit. Let's see where Spirit is right now. Okay. So I think we're down on Spirit. Let's see. All right. So we bought $3,000 worth. So right now we're down to $29.85. So we'll just wait. That'll come back. We're not going to bother with it right now. We'll just let it kind of sit. And then let's see who else. So American Airlines still up. Delta is up. I think Delta would still do fairly well today. I think we can still buy some Delta and make some money. So let's go back another $1,000 of Delta. And we'll just watch it come down. So here's 22.37. You can press here and see kind of the direction it's going in, 36. But again, it's one of those that I think, again, and I wouldn't mind owning Delta at $22.39 for a period of time. So that's why it doesn't bother me, even if I'm wrong. We'll just give it some time to come down a little bit, because every cent, is worth money. So I want to watch it come down. And look, sometimes I just back out because it's not going to make any money. It's just going to sit for a period of time. So, so let's just see. When I see the price kind of hover for a period of time, I know it's kind of coming in and out. And then we'll see what happens. So let's pick that one up and see. Should pick it up at about 22.35. There we go, 22.35. I'm sorry about the screen. I don't know how to make it sort of better. But hopefully you can see the main thing. So 32, see, it's gone down. So automatically, we've lost money. But again, just sit on it and wait and see, because it will come back. We're just waiting. And then you can just watch whatever stocks are going on. And when you feel like, okay, this is the time to move. So we bought it here where this is Delta, 22.28. We bought it at 22.35. So right now we're losing, okay, for want of a better term. But look, we're just going to wait and see. And you can watch it like this. You can set prices. So you can say, hey, I want it, we bought it at 35. I want to sell it when it's at 40 or 45, whatever it might be. Again, you can't predict the market. Obviously, we're doing this live. So, it could go down a lot and come back up. Like I said, I don't really much care, because we're not buying a lot. We're buying $5,000, $3,000, $10,000, not a huge amounts. And also we're buying it at prices that wouldn't bother me to hold it long term if I had to. So here, what I really like to look for, and this is just me, and what I like about the Robinhood app is it shows you the relative percentages up or down for the day for the various airlines. And why you want to watch this, and this is my experience, is when one gets particularly hit hard, people start to buy into that. So if you can buy at a position of weakness, you can actually watch all of them come up together. So you see, say it's a Spirit Airlines, see it's starting to come back. Okay, we bought it at 10.23. So if I'm getting ready to sell that one, let's see how we go. $4 up. And we'll see. You might get a surge now. And look, again, you're not going to make ridiculous amounts of money. But it just gives you a sense of, what you can do. And if you didn't know about Robinhood, or if you don't know this stuff, then it's not available to you. But it is a good way to just learn about the market, again, with just small amounts of money. And the beautiful thing about Robinhood as an app is you can buy stocks for whatever price you want. You can buy it, you buy $1 worth of stock, because I'll sell you fractional stocks. So it looks like this one's coming back down. Let's go back and have a look at Delta, because that's the other one that we've bought. Let's see if we can pick that one up when it's ready. And like I said, you can, so with $5,000, and this is an easy way to watch when you buy a dollar amount, because you can just watch it and say, okay, well, how much am I up? Am I $5,000? Am I 5,010, 20? So I'm going to watch it a little bit, and then we'll get rid of this one, and then we'll get rid of Spirit. And, it's actually, believe it or not, it's actually costing me money to make this video, because I'm moving slowly. And so I'm going to lose part of the trading day, but it's just a good learning for everyone watching. And so that's why I wanted to make this video. So we're going to make $24.99 on that one. And remember, we made 36 before on Delta. So that's $60, plus we made 11 on Netflix. So that's $70. And then let's see where we go with this one. So Spirit, let's see if this one comes up. We can get out of this one, and I can turn the camera back around. Come on, Spirit. And Spirit, Spirit's a low-cost airline, and they have quite a good reputation. Not necessarily when it comes to free baggage, but in the market. But they posted a bigger loss than what people thought when they reported their earnings the other night, and because of that, their stocks got smashed. I mean, they were down like 16% one day. And the market, the market's very fickle. It'll go up and down. It hears bad news, it freaks out. I mean, it's not, yes, it's not good. The result wasn't the best, but it wasn't enough to punish them that much. And what you're going to see throughout the week is, as that news fades and people get over it, it's just going to move on, and people are not going to care. So anyway, it's one of those things where you have to do what you have peace about, and what works for you. Don't do what I do. Don't do what other people do. For me, trading like this works because it's like I said, it's about an hour of my time in the mornings. And if I can make, 200-300 bucks, and I do it throughout the day. I mean, if I see, I set up price triggers, and if something falls below where I think what it's worth, it's not a big deal for me to, just take my phone out of my pocket and flick my fingers a couple of times and buy, and sell. And so sometimes, I make money throughout the day. I can be at the coffee shop, and I mean, even the other day, we're actually going through drive-through, my wife and my kids, and I'm not kidding. In the time from when I ordered to the time when we got our food, I made like 40 something bucks. So we paid for our drive-through, and still had, I think, another 10 bucks to spare. So, I mean, it's just stuff like that it's silly and fun, but the whole point of it is, as long as you enjoy it and you're not using money that's, it's your rent or your mortgage payment or whatever else, then you're fine, but some people get excited about this stuff, and they go crazy, and and then they lose money. So anyway, let's get out of this one, go up one more time, and we'll see what happens. Again, like, you don't know what the exact price is going to be. It's going to sell out because these kind of go up and down. But the whole thing is, as long as you're up, and if you're up in, we made $3.25 on that one. So it's nothing. But again, who cares, right? So you can go back here. I mean, you can see all the trades that I've done. But, again, we did, remember we did Netflix. And so Netflix, we made what? We made $11.26. And then remember, we made 60 off the other one, off Delta. And then Spirit, we just, actually, we made some money earlier, didn't we? Yeah, we made some money earlier. I can't remember what that was. Well, I'll go back and watch the video. But, I'll flick the screen back around. And hopefully that was good for you to see. So it's 7:44 now. So we traded for 13 minutes. Hopefully that wasn't too boring for you, but for 13 minutes, and we've made maybe $70, something like that, which it's not life changing, but hey, it's $70, and I got to sit at my computer and flick my fingers a couple of times. And so again, I'm not saying that, look, it could have gone the other way, but again, if you're not greedy, if you're not looking to sit there and make thousands of dollars, it's really not that hard to make a couple of $100 a day. I mean, most days I'm making $200-300 just playing the market. Here's the other thing as well, though. You do need some money. I mean, if you're buying, $100 of stock, you're going to make $1 or $2. You're not going to make as much, doing what I do. You need to be buying in lots of $5,000-10,000. Otherwise, it's just not worth it, because we're talking about price movements of 1, 2, 3, 5 cents, 10 cents. Sometimes you hit it big and it'll go up 20, 30 cents. And when it does that, fantastic. You're gonna make some good money. Obviously, you can go down the opposite as well. But my point is, unless you want to be sitting there all day just trying to eke out gains of 1 or 2 cents, you're gonna need $5,000 or $10,000. But with $5,000 or $10,000, you can roll that money over in a day so many times. And I keep a pad here by my desk. And I'll show you, like, literally, I write it throughout the day just for fun. And so I'll show you, the other day I did, all the trades I did in one day. I've thrown it out, actually. I don't know if... So this was... Well, anyway. Well, this was one of them. My kids have written all over, and my kid was doing math. But you can see here, this is Delta Airlines. This is Wells Fargo, which I was holding still. United Airlines, I sold twice. So this was all in like one morning. This is, whatever, $50, $60 there or whatever. But the other day I had a page, had like, I think I did 30 or 40 trades that day. And so, sometimes I'm holding the stuff and I have to hold it overnight. Sometimes I have to hold it for a few days. And sometimes I'm holding stock, for literally seconds, like I showed you with Delta that first time. I think we sold it in 10 seconds, for $30-something. So again, hopefully this has been helpful for you. And it's just an interesting thing. It's something new to learn, during this quarantine lockdown. It's important to learn a new skill to grow out of this. like I said, it's not magic. It's not gonna make you rich, but it can cover some of your expenses. So I encourage you, learn about it. Do it with small amounts of money. Like I said, the beauty about Robinhood is you can learn how to do this with very small amounts of money. So set yourself a budget of say $100 and treat it as if it was thousands. Okay, don't spend thousands if you don't have the money or if you don't know what you're doing. But say do $100 and then buy it in lots of say $10 and pretend that was $10,000. Okay, and you can extrapolate out your earnings. So you can start with your $100 and buy. Let me mute my phone. You can buy, $100, worth of stocks, and say, look, this was as if it was 100,000. And when you do that, what you're able to do is say, okay, if this was to happen, or if I would have done this or done this or done this, it would have meant this for me. So I put in $10. If that would have been $10,000, I would have made this much. And then your risk is very low. I mean, what are you going to lose on $10? Even if the stocks go down 10%, which is pretty unusual, you're going to lose $1. Like, who cares? Plus, you don't have to sell. You can just hold on to it. But you can look at the price movements and say, well, I bought it this and I sold it that, or I bought it this and I held for a day and it did that. And it's just such an easy way to learn. And for $100, for most people, it's not going to really, make a big dent in your wallet. So again, it's just a great way to learn. For me, I enjoy it. I'm maybe a nerd, I don't know, but I'm definitely a nerd. But I just enjoy it. And look, again, if you can make some money just doing something that you enjoy, it helps to pay for your bills. It's just good. So hopefully you got something out of this video, because my thing, like I've done in all my real estate things, everything I do, I want people to see the practical. Everyone loves to talk in theory and in big picture, and well, here's an example, but it's like, man, until you get down to it, you need to hold people's hand, you need to show them, you need to give them real practical tips and instructions and real ideas and concepts. And so I hope that when you watch my content, I don't produce a lot of it, because honestly, that's what I'm doing. I'm making money. I'm not here to sell you content or to try and sell you my book or whatever. My goal is to help you make money, because God's a good God and he looks after us just well enough, and so yes, we want to do business, yes, we want to make money, but my goal in making this content, in this content, really, it's for the Christian community. It's not for, I'm not going out into the secular world. And so for me, I want us as Christians to have generational wealth. I want us as Christians to be able to pay our bills and do those things, because that's real financial freedom. Real financial freedom is being able to do whatever God calls you to do whenever he calls you to do it. And that's what I want for everyone, is for you to be able to be responsive to God's voice and to be able to act in the things that he asks you to do when he asks you to do it, and not be tied down by finances. So my purpose in teaching and showing people this stuff is to make them free, or give them the opportunity to be free. And so again, hope you've enjoyed the video. I'll do some more of these hopefully when I get time, but this was really just to show you live, start of the day, how you can make some quick cash and cover some of your expenses. So hope you've enjoyed it. Have a great day. Thanks, and see you again soon.